Hello, this is Alan Crawford, and this video is to inform parents on the IEP process and what it involves, the different steps of it, and what you can expect. So here we go. Parent and guardian involvement in the IEP process is not only encouraged, um, it's essentially required. Parents are encouraged to be at meetings. Their voices are encouraged to be heard. Their opinions are valued. Their perspectives are valued as well, as you all, being parents, are the ones that know your child the best. You all know your child in and out. So, that is a requirement of the IEP process. Essentially, how it starts is that a teacher will notice certain things in the classroom, and there will be a referral made for there to be a formal evaluation. Let me go ahead and scroll down. Um, Upon the teacher's recognition of an issue, the student is referred for a formal evaluation. The parent must give informed consent. That means you as the parent must give informed consent, meaning that you know what's about to happen, and based off of that information that you are educated on, must give your consent to have your child evaluated for disabilities that may affect their performance. The evaluation process must take place within 60 days of receiving informed consent from you all, or whatever the state of Ohio's regulated time frame is. Individual assessment of the student is conducted in any academic or functional area of concern. So if your student is having trouble reading, they're going to evaluate their reading. If they're having trouble with writing and understanding verbal language and comprehending it, there will be an evaluation concerning that. Let's see what's next. All right, so after the evaluation, what will happen is that we will determine whether or not your student does require special education services by answering two questions, okay? Does your student have a disability, and does this disability affect the student's academic performance or functional performance to the point that they require special education services? If the answer is yes to both of those questions, the student will then be considered for an IEP or other special education services, okay? IEP, what should it include? It should include the student's academic or functional needs as identified in the evaluation, annual goals that are measurable and constructed so that the student makes meaningful progress. The IEP should include services and support that the student will receive, and also who will be providing those, services. Will it be me? Will it be another special ed teacher? So on and so forth. What else is included in the IEP? Method and time frame of monitoring your students' progress. So how are we going to track your students' progress? Will it be bi-weekly? Will it be weekly? Will it be monthly? Will it be quarterly? That information will be included in your IEP. And also how often we as school administrators and teachers communicate with you, the parent. That will be included in your IEP, okay? So expectations for ongoing communication between me, the teacher, the school, parents, and guardians, those things, you can expect that to be outlined in your IEP. A lot of times we give out quarterly progress reports. Basically, how often we give out progress reports is based upon what progress we're monitoring and what data is being collected and how that data is being collected, okay? One moment, please. So, as your child's teacher, I must keep their confidentiality, okay? I must give prior written notice of special education services, or, if they're changing or we're going to be accommodating your child in another way. You do have a right to see any or all of your child's records, school records, that is. You do also have a right to communicate with the school as much as necessary, all right? So, communication is open. Anytime you all need to reach out to the school, feel free to do so. If there's any questions, feel free to call the school. And I hope that this video was very informative. I hope I was able to answer questions. And me as your teacher, I am here if you need me.